from digital homework to digital monitoring, let's take a look at this. We'll see what you think. What y'all think about this? If you did agree, let innovation rock. Let me know what you think about this. Just peep this real quick.
Chilling thing that I learned as I got ready for the CLE.
The newest usage of artificial intelligence is a camera that will train itself to find unusual movements.
The camera will learn the normal motion activities in a scene, and after that learning period, it will just automatically flag you when something happens that's unusual for that scene.
The system has flagged people walking their dogs as unusual motion detection at night.
There is zero human input in this situation.
This is being used in almost every big city.
Hold on, when he says there's zero human input being used in this, that means that they created something, they said, hey, here's some basic rules, or hey, this is what we're looking for you to look for. And then from there, the technology is going to basically associate or make patterns, trends, decide this means this and this means that, and start making assumptions, inferences, whatever you want to use, whatever word, and say, hey, boom, 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 boom. A human is not saying you're right, you're wrong. That's what he just said. They letting it rock. So the innovation you talk about, that's this.
But that's why I said things need to be monitored. I'm just saying you ain't got to overly regulate it, but it should be monitored. You should see exactly what's going on with it to where you can make your corrections. Do that make? I mean, we gotta correct that. I mean, you can't count on a damn computer to do everything the right way. You definitely gonna have to program.
It depends on what kind of AI is built. So there's different types of AIs, and we talked about this in Talk Tech. There's ones where, where we step in and we say no, 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 or yes, yes, yes. Kind of like when you go into certain providers, you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down, and whatever it said it gave to you. That's how it's learning based on what you said. But there's ones like this, from what it sounds like so far, ain't no thumbs up, ain't no thumbs down. They just saying this is a dog. It might be a cat, but it said this is a dog. So we're gonna be rocking with this.
In the country, it's being used to figure out who are the at-risk youth. There was a robbery in California. They knew that it was a black kid, and they decided it must have been a certain high school. So they ran the AI formula through that high school students, and they went and arrested a kid. 8 hours later, they found the surveillance video of him where he said he was at the time of the robbery. He had nothing to do with it. But they put a kid in jail for 8 hours because of the way that the algorithm had labeled it. There were no human beings involved in the approach to select that child as the suspect. CalGang is a database that does this. 42 people are on CalGang as gang members that are not yet 1 year old. Chicago had thousands.
That's crazy. Did y'all peep that real quick before we go through it? He just said that the babies are part of gang, which is crazy because like the baby barely able to
not gang,
right?
Not gang.
The baby is barely old enough to hold their bottle, not even walking, and they on a list talk about that gang bang.
The way he crawled, he must have been a Hoover.
Man, look, you gotta check that diaper, something in there.
He a folk. His diaper was hanging to the
sagging too much. Poop.
He from the wild hundreds.
Oh my goodness.
Of 11-year-olds on.
Yeah. Well, it just depends. There's different types of AIs, and some of these, it's like some are on a leash, and some of them ain't. So we go keep it going.
Their gang list. What happens when that 11-year-old is 15 and they speed in a car and then they get pulled out of the car at gunpoint and they get a day in jail rather than a speeding ticket? So this is dangerous as could be for our country.
Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all think that is a concern? Do you think that people are just overreacting?
No, that's wild.
Let's see. Shout out to Argentina. Thank you for dropping some drip and letting us know where you're from. Drop some drip and let us know where you are. Joe is all for it. He said, give me the AI bunny ranch. And we talk about the kids. We talk about monitoring the kids.
I mean, it is something though. You can see a way a baby crawl and be like, he OTF.
That's crazy. It's not going away anywhere. However, when we look at, I think it's interesting in the culture before we go into our next topic, which I'm sure we're going to spend a while on. China is very much embracing it. However, the government doesn't really give them much choice, from my understanding. But they're embracing it, right? They're saying, you finna put this, we gonna put this ring on your head. We gonna find out how smart you are, or lack thereof, and then you gonna go to this class, this class, this class, this class, or whatever it may be. If you from China, you got family from China, drop some drip in the comments. Let me know if y'all are aware of this. Is this cap? Once again, this is America Media. Maybe we're not getting it right.
Hey, I mean, I hope not, to a degree, because that is kind of crazy. But
On the flip side, though, we over here and we're like, listen, we're not going to allow that to happen at a nationwide level. Do y'all think this is helpful or harmful?
I see the glow from your screen, late night, fingers dance, they spark, ignite, binary hearts in a pixel fight, swipe left, swipe right,